Sahar Aziz is a distinguished professor of law at Rutgers University. She joins us now from Newark in the US state of New Jersey. Sahar, from where I'm sat, outside of the US, outside of the play-by-play of US politics, this seems like revenge. This seems like a witch hunt. Is that the case?
Well, Trump has explicitly stated that he is seeking to use his power as president, which includes control over the Department of Justice and control over other federal agencies, to seek revenge over those he believes are either his political opponents or those that he personally dislikes, such as Jimmy Kimmel, who is a talk show host. And James Comey is his latest victim, his latest target. And he personalizes and is very vindictive in the way that he seeks to destroy who he believes is his enemy. This is unprecedented because he is using the criminal justice system to threaten the liberty of a former senior official, the former FBI director, over two different administrations. So he has really raised the stakes in ways that is unprecedented in the United States.
But Sahar, how on earth is this legal?
Well, the irony is that the FBI has faced significant criticism in the past for using 18 U.S.C. 1001, which is the false statement statute that makes it illegal to make a false statement to any federal official, federal agent, and Congress. And oftentimes the FBI will use this statute when they can't find anything on anyone. And so they call it the quintessential pretextual charge in a regular ordinary case. So the irony here is the FBI director is now being targeted by this pretextual legal weapon that is often used against the average defendant when they can't find anything. So it is technically legal to charge, it is a statute. Now, whether or not he in fact violated it, did he in fact make a false statement, which you would have to prove that it was intentional, you have to prove that he had the mens rea, the actus rea. It's not a sure thing that he will be convicted, but it's the fact that he has gone and prosecuted a former official from former administrations. He's now set the precedent that the same thing could happen to him and his federal government appointees, to his prosecutors, to his FBI agents, to his cabinet members. And that's where most Americans, regardless what you feel about Trump or Comey or the Republican or Democratic Party, this is an authoritarian slide. This is what dictators do, is they use the law, they use their power as government rulers to vindicate or to express their vengeance, to act on their vengeance and eliminate their opposition by putting them all in jail.
I want to pick you up on that point of authoritarianism. And this is how it happens, right? You go after comedians, you go after artists, you erode values, you erode laws, you change laws, and there's a slide into authoritarianism, as you say. But the US is stronger than that. There are checks, there are balances, surely. The US project is designed to stop this from happening, surely.
I don't think we should be that overconfident or arrogant. This is one of the biggest stress tests on American democracy that we've seen in modern history. I don't think we've seen it this bad since the era of McCarthyism at the beginning of the Cold War. And the judiciary is under significant strain. There is fears that there will be a constitutional crisis, which is where the U.S. Supreme Court will issue a ruling and the federal government will openly refuse to obey it. And you are also seeing the president bringing in the National Guard to engage in law enforcement domestically, which violates the Posse Comitatus statute, where the military cannot engage in domestic law enforcement. So you're seeing all sorts of red line crossing that we have never seen in our lifetime. So we don't know what will happen over the next 3 years, because if he is successful in destroying the institutions that keep kind of the foundation of American democracy, and if he's successful in changing the norms and the values and the customs that preserve American democracy, then I fear that America may be less and less democratic with time, and it will start essentially becoming a bona fide dictatorship, whether it's within 10 years or 20 years, because dictatorships don't just happen overnight, but they're very difficult, if not sometimes impossible, to remove.
Sahar Aziz, thank you very much. Fascinating to get your thoughts. She's live there from Newark, New Jersey.
Thank you.